Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the freezing, relentless taiga. We're going to uncover the gritty, honestly deafening reality of what it actually takes to keep a massive country's railway economy moving. We're talking about the hidden, everyday lives of the people running these colossal machines.
Just picture this for a second. You're stopping a massive freight train in the absolute middle of nowhere. We're talking truly remote outposts. No towns, no shops, literally zero cell towers for 100 kilometers in any direction, just deep snow and endless forest. So, where exactly do these completely exhausted drivers go to rest when their shift suddenly ends?
Well, let's get right into Section 1, the illusion of rest. We really need to dismantle this idea that a driver ends their grueling shift, packs a little bag, and checks into a warm, cozy hotel bed. Imagine gripping a heavy steering wheel for 12 hours straight. Your arms are buzzing, your eyes are incredibly heavy. But instead of a quiet hotel, your rest happens just inches away from a roaring, violently vibrating 4,000 horsepower diesel engine. That is the literal reality for thousands of drivers every single night.
Think about your own morning routine. It probably takes you, an hour to wake up, stretch, get dressed, and commute? A train driver's bed, on the other hand, is mounted right behind their control panel. When duty calls, they have exactly 2 seconds to open their eyes, sit up, and immediately start driving. Talk about a rude awakening, right?
Moving on to Section 2, why can't they leave?
You might be logically asking yourself, why not simply lock up the cabin and go find a proper bed in a nearby settlement? Well, it's a massive bureaucratic trap. If there even is a nearby settlement, the process is brutal. You have to hand over shift paperwork, trek through the pitch dark, pass a full medical check, and then walk all the way back. If a dispatcher gives a crew a 3-hour break, navigating all of this leaves them with a mere 60 minutes of actual sleep. Suddenly, passing out on the hard cabin floor seems like the best option.
Plus, there's an incredibly urgent mechanical reason. Out in the wild, temperatures frequently plunge to negative 30 degrees Celsius. To put that in perspective, if a crew completely shut off the locomotive and walked away, the water in the cooling system would turn to solid ice in just an hour. Pipes burst, batteries die, and boom, a multi-million ruble machine instantly turns into a giant pile of useless scrap metal.
Because they can't turn that massive machine off, they essentially have to babysit the running train. Out on the railway, the schedule is absolutely king. A single delay of one train can ruin the entire regional grid. The dispatcher, sitting hundreds of kilometers away, can bark a command like, "Wake up, start the engine, we leave in 5 minutes," over the loudspeaker at literally any second. There is simply no saying I haven't slept enough in this job.
Which brings us to Section 3, partisan sleep against the rules. There's a fascinating contradiction here. Official labor laws strictly mandate that crews must sleep in quiet rooms with clean sheets and blackout curtains. But to prevent the regional economy from collapsing due to delayed shipments, everyone plays a little game. Dispatchers register the stop not as official rest, but as technological waiting, kind of like they're just waiting for a green light. This forces the crew into what they call partisan sleep, secretly resting in the cabin at their own risk just to keep those supply chains moving. To actually pull this off, crews will cover the bright windows with old rags or cardboard to hide from sudden inspectors. Then they split their break right down the middle. For a 4-hour stop, one person guards the radio and monitors the gauges, while the other sleeps on a narrow shelf for 2 hours, and it's barely sleep at all. They're in a constant state of alert, subconsciously filtering that deafening engine noise for any warning alarms.
Now, let's look at Section 4, the evolution of harsh lodging.
Believe it or not, sleeping on a narrow drop-down shelf is actually a massive upgrade. Back in the old days, Soviet locomotives like the VL-80 had absolutely zero beds. Men literally brought wooden planks from home to lay across their hard seats, or they'd tie fabric hammocks directly to heating pipes in a sweltering engine room. Today, modern Russian trains do at least provide narrow, drop-down foam bunks equipped with safety belts, just so you don't go flying across the cabin during a hard break.
Daily life in these cabins is basically like primitive winter camping. There's no plumbing, so they're washing up with 5-liter water bottles, and they literally used to heat canned food directly on scorching hot heat exchangers. Most freight trains still lack toilets, forcing crews to step out into freezing blizzards. And in the summer, those giant glass windows turn the metal cabin into a sweltering 50 degrees Celsius greenhouse filled with mosquitoes.
The sensory experience is honestly devastating. Aside from the wild temperature swings, the noise is just unbearable.
Huge cooling fans spin constantly, and air compressors kick in every 10 minutes with a crash that sounds like someone dropping a heavy wooden wardrobe. Crews literally have to wear heavy construction ear muffs or earplugs just to survive it. As the drivers themselves describe it, it is exactly like trying to sleep inside a running washing machine full of heavy metal bolts.
So what's next? Section 5. The future of railways.
All this constant vibration and noise leads to severe health issues over time. Are these crews just doomed to endure these iron boxes forever? Thankfully, no. New factories are rolling out locomotives built with thick, soundproof panels that actually reduce that deafening roar to the hum of a kitchen fridge. They've got automatic climate control, LED reading lights, and phone chargers. Railways are even using cranes to drop fully assembled, heated modular homes right next to remote tracks, offering a hot shower and a real bed just 30 steps away from the train. A total game changer.
But the ultimate solution isn't just a better bed, it's removing the human element entirely. Automated AI trains are already in the testing phase. Think about it. A digital robot doesn't get tired after a 12-hour shift, it definitely doesn't need a foam mattress, and it is completely immune to the roar of a 4,000 horsepower engine. AI could very soon make the grueling reality of locomotive sleep a thing of the past.
But until those robots fully take over, human endurance, strong nerves, and raw willpower remain the absolute ultimate fuel for the railway. So, the next time a massive kilometer-long freight train rattles past you in the night, look up at that little glowing window. Ask yourself, who is enduring the freezing, deafening dark to ensure our world keeps running? Thanks for exploring this with me, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.